Welcome to Nerdaties. Bitches.
No topic too absurd, no statement too asinine, no question too interesting. Welcome to another Nerdities interview show. I, as ever, am Mike, joined momentarily by,
Justin.
And
for
Joe.
now, Joe permanently. And our guest today is none other than
Ernie Altbacker.
writer extraordinaire. And I don't get to throw that around often, but based on your bona fides, I will use the words extraordinaire.
Wow.
You worked on a
Yes.
lot of stuff. You've worked on a lot of stuff. Like when we get asked to interview a handful of people, and a lot of times like, oh, that's cool. Oh, they've worked on this. Oh, that's nice. Oh, yeah, you got some names.
Yeah.
You got some cards to throw out there.
You are responsible for one of my absolute favorite DC animated movies. Like hands down, one of the best ones. And this is an honor.
Which one?
Justice League Dark Apokolips War
Oh, okay. Yeah, that one was really fun.
and Hush. I loved Hush.
Yeah, well, some people love it, and then other people's apparently I ruined their childhood. But it's like these things happen. Very sorry about those people whose childhood I did.
Adapting Hush sounds like a thankless job because it's such a crazy story to begin with. Trying to squish that down into one animated movie, you're gonna piss somebody off.
Yeah, well, that was the thing. These animated movies are usually there's 72 minutes of new animation. Now they can stretch to 90 because the animation director on some of the scenes, on the dialogue scenes, we're basically there and they're just moving the mouth, which doesn't really count as new animation apparently. And so that part is one frame. So that's 1/24 of a second while we're speaking. If they're, and they can pan around on that frame that they have. So that's where the extra comes from. But yeah, that one was 12 issues of that 23 pages a piece at that point. And, so there was no way we were going to get everything. So we kind of sat down and everybody picked out their favorite scenes that just had to be in there. And we kind of went from there. So we wanted to get all the greatest hits in there. But yeah, there was other ones where it was like, oh, you could see, what's his name? Red Hood for like one scene, and we're like, that's not enough for that plot. That's not on the middle. But then you're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah.
We're gonna have plenty of time to kiss your ass about that stuff. Let's kiss your ass about your own stuff, though. Let's let everybody know about Area 51 Studios.
Area 51 Studios. It's an indie comic that my artist Josh White and myself, we kickstarted issue number 1, and we got some great interest, and a lot of people came back. We're doing number 2 right now. I think we have about 10 days left. We've reached the goal, so it is number 2's coming out. It was based on a novella that I originally wrote a while ago, and it was one of the projects I brought to Comic-Con for kind of a writer artist meet and greet. They have a panel there in San Diego, and called the Comic Creator Panel. And you just go and you pitch your project and you meet 30 artists, right? And the writers move around, And I saw Josh's stuff and I was like, oh man, this is the guy. I think he could do it. And so he liked the project too. We started talking, and then was like a back and forth, and here we are. We got the first issue out. The first year was just like talking once every 3 weeks or so. He's doing some character designs. I tried to do a proposal first where we sent it to indie comic companies, and that got us nowhere. And he was like, let's just do it. Because we had it was like 6 pages in our packet, then it went up to 10. And I'm like, first issue is only 20. Yeah, we could probably do it if you're willing to do it. And he's like a all you can eat artist. He does everything. He does everything, including the lettering and other stuff I didn't know about with the digital artist stuff, like flattening. Well, we could use a flattener. That would speed it up. It's like, yeah, I'll just do it. I'm like, okay, you can do it all. That sounds great. I got to deal with one person. That sounds good.
Yeah, it is way more stuff.
I'm sorry. So I should
synopsis.
I should actually say what it's about. So everything you know about Area 51 is wrong. It's actually a studio where aliens come to shoot galactic reality shows.
I love it.
in like a cheap backwater place, so it's very low cost. Most of these are low budget films, documentaries, this, that, and the other thing, right?
We're the Prague of the universe.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
everyone comes here to film their shows cheap.
Yeah, this is so. If you were asking me, like, well, to pitch it in that one sentence Hollywoody way, I would say it's Seth Rogen's The Studio, or for the older people, Larry Sanders Show, mashed up with Men in Black. So that's kind of, it's got a tone of Douglas Adams, The Restaurant at the End of the Universe, or Life of the Universe, and everything. And it's much different than the superhero stuff I do. And the cool thing about the comics is it's just Josh and I, and if one of us says a line or like a situation that makes the other one laugh, it's like, oh, it's in. It's a little more difficult when we're trying to do something. Like with Batman, it's like, then Batman could do this. And I don't know. Has he ever done that before? Would he do that? There's a lot of opinions, right?
Get a committee to talk this over. A committee of 2 is much easier to make decisions.
Yeah, the Batman committee. There definitely is.
When it's 2 people going back and forth, you don't have as many checks and balances. Do you guys find yourself going, I don't know about that as much? Because Justin and I, he's not here to agree with it, but I think he would agree. There quite often when we're writing stuff, I'll throw stuff out there that I think is gold, that I think the entire world should love, and they'll just look at me like I'm an idiot, or look at me like I've gone way off the edge. And I was like, what? That everyone would enjoy that. No, you don't have your finger on the pulse at all. Are there those moments too?
Yep. And the great thing, but Josh is like me in that, I mean, all writers start out with, man, my words are my children. I can't possibly change this. It's the best thing ever. You just don't get it. And I'm like Ernie 5.0 now. And it's like, hey, man, you didn't laugh at that one. He's like, I don't think it's your best. I'm like, it's out. Like I don't even, now I don't even like it, And if I talk to him and I go, Josh, about this panel, he's like, yeah, now I'm looking at it, I don't like it either.
You need that kind of honesty. You don't want to put out even one line that looks wrong in these things.
I mean, that's the thing. There's a lot of stuff going in the background. There's a lot of inside stuff, and I mean, now we're at issue 2, so we've kind of we're expanding the world. There's more aliens. There's more worlds. The show is now being done by our main character, producer extraordinaire, as I describe him, Zephyr Boone. Yeah, and there's just like a lot of funny moments, and there's a lot of inside stuff. If you're the type of person that likes to go to Comic-Con or considers going to Comic-Con, like, this is for you.
Deeply misses going to Comic-Con.
Yes.
COVID. If you haven't been there in that long, yeah, we're that kind of people.
I haven't been there since 2013. I think was the last time I was there. And I kicked myself because I lived in San Diego for 3 years and never went to San Diego Comic-Con. Yeah, I always kick myself for that. Never like it. Downtown was literally, I don't know, a 10-minute drive from my apartment.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
Oh, shit wet.
What were you wasting
yeah,
your time doing?
What better thing did you have
Yeah.
to do? I mean, if you're going to tell me like the Swedish ski team was in town and they needed a place to stay and
Wrong
everybody was
guy.
at their place, you
Yep.
know?
Yep.
Wrong guy.
So, yeah.
I think the better question would be, what were you smoking?
There you go.
'Cause,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was very much ingrained into the Southern California lifestyle.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Well, now you got to make the trip. I mean, you guys are on the East Coast. New York's good, you
Yeah.
know, but
Been to that a couple times.
yeah,
It's I've been to a lot of small ones throughout my life, and I'm like, oh, these are adorable. And then you finally go to New York Comic Con, you're like,
Mhm.
I'm on the threshold. I'm
Yeah.
right on the threshold of what one of these things could truly be, and it is insanity. People
Philly
just
was
don't
fun.
understand if you've never been to one.
Yeah.
Philly's nice.
Philly was
That
fun.
one was okay, but it's not New York. It's not the
But-
Javits. The Javits is just
Adam West drove right past us on a golf cart.
that's good. That's a Comic Con like memory.
it's Joe's claim to fame.
Oh, and seeing Shatner. That was
Yeah,
cool.
seeing from a distance. You didn't drop to like $200 to actually shake the hand.
Like I can't say it was like this big.
Yeah. 50 feet away.
So one of my last Hall H panels, Hall H is the biggie, right? In San Diego and this was a long time ago. I don't wait. They wait overnight now. And I'm like, unless I've got something to do with the project or I know somebody and they can get me in, I'm not going to wait, hours and hours, but there are people who camp out overnight now.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember it was the entire cast of Next Gen and the entire cast, all of whom were alive at that point, of original. And so you had the two captains next to each other. It was a good panel.
That's so cool. So cool.
It was a good battle.
One of those once in a lifetime kind of things.
Are
you happy, Joe? There's nobody here to poo-poo on your Trek moment? Just to let it happen?
Yes. All the Star Trek.
Joe tries to evangelize Trek a lot on our show, and it's weird because a couple of us were raised with it in different ways, but we just won't give him the satisfaction of buying in.
Really?
Just to torment him.
Old Trek, new Trek. I love it. I love it all. I'm a fan of all Star Trek. Even Star Trek.
Me too. Me too. I mean, like Picard was amazing.
So
right?
good. Like I want Legacy to happen because the way it ended, I need to know more. I want to know what Captain Seven said, and I want to see her adventures on the Enterprise G. And then Q showing up. I'm like, give me more. Just give me more. And then what they're doing with Strange New Worlds right now, just keep it coming. Just keep it coming.
I'm going to. I don't know if I can. Can I put something in the? I can only send you a message.
Oh,
I don't know. Can I put something? Send.
Not familiar with this.
Can I send a JPEG?
I am a massive nerd, so I can allow.
He's our tech guy. He should be able to figure it out.
Let's see.
Come on, Joe. Technologize.
This is my first time actually using Google Meet. Can you send a JPEG through there? Or share?
And I still think this is a horrible name for an app. Google Meet sounds
Google
like
Meet.
something else to me.
Well, this used to be Google Duo, is what it used to be.
Not much better.
No,
A little sexier.
Do I have a way?
You know what? I don't want to bore you guys.
Well, send it. You can send it to nerdaties@gmail.com.
If it's Trek related, he'll wait forever for it. Don't worry.
I will totally. Yeah, I actually got the email open.
Here, I'm gonna send this to you to show you. I do a lot of hat tips. This is in this, like, every name, every world name and stuff. It could be a jumble of an author or a movie or a character. I quote lines or paraphrase them and stuff. So literally, someone is going to have to go through it with AI and go, how many things are referenced in this, comic and novella. But there's one little interaction that if you're a Trek fan, I think you will like. And that's just like kind of the main panel of it,
We're a very reference heavy group.
But yeah, there's like a lot of different stuff there.
Yes.
I think you might want to check out like the digital or something. This might be your type of comic.
I really love the premise to like the fact that Area 51 is a giant studio is great. And it just making low budget entertainment is just the icing on the cake with that. Like this definitely is right up my alley.
I mean, it comes out that later all of these things are like real, like where we're getting the ideas for aliens is it actually happened someplace or Star Wars, right? And then now they're just adapting it into different solar systems, how they would see it. How would snake people see it, right? So the snake people TV is actually a heat monitor. So they're like flicking their tongues out, and
they do see in heat
at a predator image, right? Like that's how they sense the show, right? So a lot of nerd thought goes into the tech, and it's never going to be one of those things where people go, well, that shouldn't be. And I'm like, I'll tell you exactly why that is.
Man, I scienced the shit out of this. Don't tell me.
Yeah, you want answers? I got Bafflegab fake answers for you that will be canon.
So you originally put it out as a novella, and then you bring on Josh as kind of a co-creator. Was the novella a strong, or was it kind of a strict template, or as soon as you brought him in, it was kind of like start from scratch, or just go over the novella and find what works together?
Well, the novella like never went out, right? It was just something like my agents were like, we can't pitch this. We don't understand it. I mean, this was a while ago, right? It was just like superhero or nothing at that point. So, this thing wasn't going anywhere, but I couldn't get it out of my mind. So I wrote this novella on the side, not knowing nobody wanted novellas at the time. Now they are a little bit better. So in our first Kickstarter, we actually got a small publisher to step up, and they actually published it. So it's not a self-published thing. They actually did it for us. It's a very small publishing company in South Carolina, but they were great. And so, we raised a little more money to cover publishing costs. So this one now we've just dropped it down because we have some of those left. But we have basically a digital copy of the book for those people who are like, I don't like doing it until all the issues are out. I'm like, well, we're gonna stay. The beginning, middle, and the end, the big points are going to stay the same. But once Josh came on, yes, then all of a sudden he's drawing things, and the character looks so cool. And I'm like, what was a one sentence mention in the novella is now suddenly a recurring character. So there's a lot of different things because I like that. I like having the different versions, if you will, of the same thing. So in this form, I'm not going to get all the detail and all the references because that would be boring. That would just be like lists, So you got to pick one out of a page and follow that. So it is a little bit different. It's a comic book. the novella is a little bit, you know, wordier, and I can go deep into just meaningless little nerdy things that kind of tickle me. I mean, when I was writing, and I was just writing it for myself because absolutely no one wanted it. So it was just a little side project that I did on my own while I was getting cartoon work and stuff. This is before any of those movies that you guys like. It was more like, I guess it was after Spider-Man. That was my first job, but I don't know, whatever I was doing in the early 2000s or 2005 or so, I was like, I can write this.
I did watch your episode of Extreme Ghostbusters just before. Ghostbusters, you know, was our childhood, you know, that's near and dear. And the fact that we're also in New Jersey and you did the Jersey Devil episode that was icing on the cake. I'm like, this is awesome.
You know, that punches above its weight for a single episode that my friend Jim Krieg and I did together. And we pitched like 3 things, and we were like, these are our A ideas. And they all got shot down because they were already doing something like it. And then nobody knew. At that point, there was no Jersey Devil movie, and it was just, I'm from Long Island. So I had heard about Jersey Devil and the Pine Barrens and stuff like that, right? Drank in the Pine Barrens a couple of times. You hear the Jersey Devil story from a Jersey.
Yep.
And I was like, well, there's this legendary monster called the Jersey Devil in the Pine Barrens, and it's like a dragon, and a guy shot a cannonball through it at one, and they're like, oh, that, you know? And so we ended up doing that episode, and man, so many people mentioned that episode. It's weird.
It's weird that Ghostbusters never did a Jersey Devil episode, and ironically, we live in the Pine Barrens. Like we're like the Pine Barrens are literally like 10 minutes away.
Your backyard.
We watched them burn.
Yeah, unfortunately. But it was just struck me how Ghostbusters at no point in real Ghostbusters never did a Jersey Devil episode like I got. But thank you for bringing the Jersey Devil to Ghostbusters.
The extreme Ghostbusters.
Extreme Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
When you're working in a writer's room like that, I just gotta cut to it. Did you actually get to interact with Dan Aykroyd? Because I know he's knuckles deep in Ghostbusters.
Oh no, I did.
Okay.
Now the story editors, yes, perhaps.
Okay.
No, we were freelance writers. They gave away freelance episodes. I don't know if there was a staff on that show, or they just gave out to their friends. They would pull them in. Everybody kind of knows what they're doing, so you come with your pitches, and we were lucky enough to have one approved. Has to get past them, then it has to get past the studio also, you know, the network saying Jersey Devil. They could have said, oh no, demony, that's too demony, that's too devilly, because that happens. You know, when I was on Spider-Man, I think one of the I'm not going to say that the Green Goblin, but I thought there was a character where it was like it looked satanistic, but there was definitely a show I was on where it was like, you can't mention devils, you can't mention demons. Yeah.
The Spider-Man show famously, like I wasn't really aware of Morbius, and I was a comic fan at the time, but they really hadn't done much with Morbius, and the first introduction I had to him was on the show. So for like a decade, I was like, oh, you mean the guy who drains people's life with his hands? No, dumbass, he's a regular vampire.
That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had to change that because that was demonic. Yeah, so
So you can't bite people, you can't show blood. Okay, he's draining their plasma through his hands. Yeah, that's a lot less creepy.
There's no way they would have let that go.
Yeah, there's something a bit sensual about a pasty white guy biting mostly women on the neck to suck their life force.
And never the old granny either. It's always someone young and hot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Aunt May looks tasty. If you're a vampire, I'd go for Aunt May. It's probably aged very well.
Your blood is dust. I don't want it.
I have a question about I'm looking at the preview pages of issue 2. There's a character who looks very much like Ned Flanders. Is that intentional?
You know what? That came out like that, but no, I don't think it was intentional. Although with artists, sometimes it's the last thing they seen. So if Josh was watching The Simpsons that night, that could be it. You know, but
it's interesting.
not
I saw
bad
that
having
panel, and I thought Walter White. I thought Walter White in the first
Ah.
season. He's got that same mustache hair combo. I don't know why I didn't think Flanders, because he's got the Flanders shirt too.
He's wearing the green shirt. That's why immediately I thought Flanders with the glasses.
Well, we gotta change that green shirt and have him in some other shirts, because I don't think we want to do that. We don't want to steal white so prominently. Although, if you look in the background, every now and again there'll be something. Like we were looking for a place to put in the Simpsons three-eyed fish. like we got to get this in the background. like I don't know where, but we got to get it someplace.
So is an animated adaptation of Area 51 Area 51 Studios. Wow, my brain works. Is it a goal or one of those kind of unfortunate consequences if something like this builds?
Unfortunate. No, it would be a dream. That would be a dream. We would go for that, but that's far down the line. I mean, first let us do the initial thing, the initial 4, and then we're going to put those 4 into a graphic novel, or I don't know why they call it a trade paperback. Graphic novel has to be written as a graphic novel, right? It can't be a bunch of issues together. That's trade.
It's a trade paperback.
The most boring thing that we can call these awesome comics we're going to put together. You know, we got like Batman Hush. It's like, oh, I don't know, Hushapedia, something. No, let's call it a trade paperback. That'll get on Batman. They've been calling it way before that, obviously, but it just seems like the worst name for comics put together.
For people outside the medium, like people who don't collect, what's a trade paperback? I wouldn't need a trade paper. Like, why is it like a list of things to order? A graphic novel? I understand what that is.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys being from Jersey, I mean from Long Island, like it's the contractor's blue book. You know, it lists all the contractors. You know, you just got to look for your contractor. You want a pipe fitter? Yeah, you go or the contractor blue book. It just seems like the trade paperback is something, maybe the names and numbers of all the different type of art. I need a pencil, you know, right? It's like I need a colorist for this one in my area. Let me see, New Jersey colorists. It just does not seem now a lot of people are using omnibus for like 5 and 7 issues or 10. I'm like, that's not enough. You have to be this thick. It has to be old dictionary sized.
Yeah. You gotta be weighing it in pounds, not ounces. Then it's an omnibus.
Exactly. You know, but they
don't. Bus.
I think trade paperback is going to go away. They just call it graphic novel.
One of the standard questions we ask everybody. I don't know if I want to give it the top 5. Sometimes we'll ask, like, what's your top 5 fandoms? What are the things that have motivated you? And some people struggle. I'll throw the top 5 out there, but if you feel like toward the end, like you can't pull enough, I'm not going to force you to. Like, I know myself, I could rattle off 5 and be pissed that there's another 10 that I didn't list. So, like, I guess we'll start with 5. See where you go.
Well, I mean, okay, you got to go. I got to go Star Wars and Star Trek.
Okay, you lead it off with them. Which one would you say is above the other, or can you even?
Oh, that's like
always a tricky question.
That's a little Sophie's choice. Like, although, if I had to pick one, I'd probably go Star Wars because they have the Force, so there's this element of magic or something. But it's just like it's a non-difference, and it depends also on the week and who's got the better stuff out, right? Week Andor comes out, I'm like, oh yeah, it's got to be that. And then the week Picard comes out, you're like, oh, whoa, wait a second. Picard last season, I'm like, oh, this was the season I needed. Here comes white-haired dwarves.
That was fan service the whole time. You're like, oh, they're just doing this to shut us up, and I'm not saying a word. Ooh,
yeah,
Data and lore are together.
I'm gonna watch it.
Loved every minute of
Data
it.
and lore were always supposed to be one person. Oh, it all makes sense now.
Right.
We got Spot. Spot was the key. I was like, they're
I mean, that did
pulling
make me emotional.
everything. Oh yeah, I cried my eyes out.
Spot was the
Now-
final thing that the tip lore over.
Then I gotta go Lord of the Rings. I guess those are the top three. And then I'd probably do a fantasy omnibus of like your Game of Thrones, Wheel of Time, and some of the other ones that are, they're great, but they're not those first three. I get is Aliens one. I am an
Yeah,
I'd
Aliens
consider it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, ahead of
But as a
Aliens, I
theme-
suppose I would put for Serenity / Firefly. I really love that. Why isn't that coming back? Just come on now. And I've already solved their problem. I've already solved it. He's got a twin, or they clone him. Someone has cloned the guy. He doesn't have memories. Everybody else loves him except for his wife, who finds him
That would be
annoying
perfect torment.
crap.
That
Alan
would be
Tudyk
incredible Joss Whedon torment.
run with that, so yeah, it could be a brother, could be the twin brother, or some evil person has cloned him and using him as a pilot, because it all comes through.
There's so many possibilities for both angle. If like you said, if he's a clone, you have a blank slate that you could apply any emotion to, and it would make sense for his wife to dislike him because of all the baggage that comes along. But if it's the brother she's never liked, but now seeing him
Exactly.
and so many memories come flooding back, and then you play with viewers' emotions. Would she actually fall for him, or does she come to realize that she's over him because of interacting with him? That's a great path to go down.
Like, she's always hated the brother, but to everybody else, they're remarkably similar.
Yeah.
It's just like, I just
There's
think
just that one thing she sees different. There's that one thing that Wash had that the brother didn't have.
and it's like, yeah, when somebody calls him Wash and she just gets really pissed, or he goes, yeah, you guys can call me Wash. I really love my brother. It's if you want to honor him that way. And she's like, do not do that. I will blow your head off. I will blow your head off, Ricky. You are not Wash. It's my last name. Not anymore.
Yeah, not on this boat. It's not.
Not on this boat.
It's fun. It kind of feels like we're sitting here too. It's like, yeah, that's a great plot. It's kind of also the plot of Beer Fest. It's the way they ended Beer Fest.
I was going to say, why don't you call me landfill? Landfill
too.
Landfill.
Landfill. Why
It's
do you
like
call me
Wash.
landfills too? I
Wash never
don't
died.
care. I don't care that it's so cheesy. Alan Tudyk needs to be a part of it.
I'd buy it. And it says something huge about that series. One film and 13 episodes, and it still holds strong because no fat on that. All lean, all beautiful.
It is damn amazing. God, well, God, I don't want to get. I keep forgetting the name of this thing, but there was one in the early 2000s which ended on a cliffhanger, and I think they never did a movie. It was so damn good.
List some of the actors. I'm good at this game.
No,
Think of any of the actors.
None of them are big, but here, wait, I'll get this up.
Basic plot synopsis. I love playing this game because I'm so freaking good at it.
Okay, one of my favorite episode is like Captain Butts, and he's all about it's easy as eating pancakes. Do you remember it?
No.
So there was also the alien race is they call them Chiggies or Chiggers, right? And there was one episode where there was an ace, and they called him Chiggy von Richthofen.
Space Above and Beyond.
Space Above and Beyond. This is one of the
Didn't
best.
watch that one.
Oh my God, you've got okay, the first two episodes, like the pilot wasn't accepted, then they ordered it, right? So the pilot's a little bit different, but then after that, every episode after like number 3 to 13 or something is a gem. There's one where a guy sent on an assassination mission and he doesn't speak the entire time. There's another one where they're stuck on a world and they're slowly starving in the middle of a battle. There were some people that had been soldiers as the advisors, or they were a part of that. I think their dads were in World War II and stuff. And militarily and sort of chain of command and everything, it is done so well, you wouldn't believe it. The effects are a little, dated now, but as far as the writing, it is an amazing show.
It's 95, and you're not wrong. I cannot pick a person on here I've seen in anything else. Well, maybe
They're
not.
really
Tucker
good,
Smallwood.
though. They're
Yeah.
really good. And it's like in 95, they're just hot. They get them in
Everyone was pretty.
all sorts of locker room situations where the girl's just in like a bra and panties, like kind of what they did with the one with Starship Troopers. Where they're all like, it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, like they don't even notice that they're naked and stuff. It's fantastic. What was that, Justin?
Did it air on Fox?
I think it did. It was. You're a little low to me, by the way. I don't know if I'm okay with you guys.
No, you sound fine.
Yeah, you sound fine.
Yeah, I think it might just be your mic, Justin.
Justin that sounds low to me, though. But maybe it's just me.
That happens to me. I don't know why.
But there's all these little ones, I'm trying to think of something that's kind of out of the fantasy / sci-fi area that I really liked. Really loved Magicians. And what do you call it? The Expanse was amazing also. That show. If you haven't watched that, I think episode number 4 is an amazing, like it gets into a battle that I love. Battlestar Galactica, the Ronald Moore Battlestar Galactica, but it had very few kind of battle sequences that I hoped for. Like the last episode of Next Generation, they finally had a ship coming like this. It's like space. They don't have to come at each other. And they had a couple battle sequences in the last thing or the last season, and then the last episode or the episode before last was this final, like, we have to go to the planet and do a full assault. Well, in The Expanse, you get it like in episode 4. You're like, oh, this is a space battle. You
could come at any angle. You're not just, it's not like old school Star Trek where it's just like the Enterprise is here, the Klingon ship is here, and they're just like, okay, we're gonna fire phasers, photon torpedo,
Well, and it's also the, they fire and they got to go past each other. Then you got to go around and stuff. So I think they had some physicists on The Expanse to say this is how a space battle would go, and it helped.
So we covered most of the standard stuff, Justin, but we haven't asked the most important questions. It's good that you came in, and you can ask it because Joe keeps fucking it up. Sorry, Joe. The last few times you've asked it, you didn't ask it properly. I know Justin knows it verbatim.
Yeah, because I created the question.
Yeah, you should.
So, pizza is very important to us on the show. I think to culture in general. Where do we sit on the great pizza debate, Sir Ernie?
New York style.
Okay.
Deep dish is good, sure. Yeah. I like my New York style or East Coast style pizza, pepperoni all the way. I do, Sometimes I go crazy. I've had onion, spinach, pepperoni, and pineapple. Yes, I will. I'm not anti-pineapple on a pizza. I know that's a.
I'm not gonna
a
hate it. I'm not gonna hate on people's pizza toppings. I'm just not gonna do it. If you want to do Hawaiian, all right, man. Don't put it in front of me, but all right, have fun.
I've tried it. I've tried it on several occasions. My wife is a big fan of Hawaiian pizza. I can't get into it. I'm not gonna yuck anybody's yum. But you're West Coast, yeah?
No. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, now, but I was raised in Long Island.
Okay.
So
Yes, that's why he
Fair.
gets it. That's why it's an obvious answer.
Yeah, right. But like, I'll give California credit. They make crazy friggin' pizzas. Like, there's shit on pizzas out in California that I wouldn't have thought of putting on a pizza here.
I still say one of the best pizzas I've ever had was in Santa Monica. It was this little hole in the wall, and they had all these pizza boxes signed by all these celebrities, and it was Food Network called it one of the top pizza places in the country. And my buddy and I went there. He's from Jersey too, and we both had a half pepperoni, half plain, and it hands down was one of the best pizzas I've ever had.
Yeah, but they're making like elote pizza and like carne asada fry pizza. Like shit over here, like we don't have a good grasp on.
I miss carne asada fries.
Well, I'm-
well, I'll give you two that I like from the crazy flavors. One they call a white pizza, and
Let me wait.
I think they have. Yeah, I don't know what. It's not cottage cheese, but it's something.
Ricotta.
Yeah, it's ricotta, right? It's ricotta on it and some other stuff, maybe ham or whatever, right? And the other one, which this is, I'm in Hermosa. Well, I'm in Redondo Beach, but Hermosa's close.
Okay.
And there's a place called Paisanos that has, I think it's the best, or it used to be. It's probably 5 owners ago since the guys came over from Mamaroneck when one of my friends actually lived in that neighborhood. And he's like, no, we got to go to this pizza place. And he was right. They have baked ziti pizza, and it is delicious. Like they place it on there, right? So you just have rows and rows of ziti on top of it, and they dump sauce on it, and boy, it's awesome. Like every now and again, I just go, I'm gonna get myself a ziti.
it's because like
A ziti pizza. I'm gonna throw some pepperoni on that.
yeah,
And that's just the way it's going to be for today.
You're obviously a pepperoni lover. Have you been affected by the scourge that is the hot honey trend?
I know not what you speak of, sir.
good for you.
Yeah, hot honey is being put on pepperoni everywhere here. I'll go into a place just looking for a slice and be like, "Oh, that looks great. Those cups are nice and small, and they firmed up. And look at them. They're crispy. Let me get one of those." And almost every time the person has to be like, "Oh, there's honey on that." Well, never mind. Give me another minute, because it's the first one I had was okay, but then it was all downhill from there, and it's everywhere now. I'm surprised it hasn't made it out west yet.
Wow. Well, they've already ruined several boozes with this honey flavor, but I mean, that tastes change, I guess.
Yeah.
Although Zima did come out, and I didn't like it then, so I wasn't a fan of Bartles and James either. So if you want that cocktail, do it the right way. Get a mojito or grab a mint julep or something, and have the glass and stuff. Don't have it out of a can.
That's the speed of the modern drunk. I was gonna say society, but no, it's the speed of the modern drunk.
Well, you guys look a little older, but it's like, I don't know, maybe they'll be out like a hot honey Tide Pod or something.
Oh, it's gonna take over. You're gonna see hot honey Cheez-Its.
He gets it. Justin got it.
Yeah, we don't eat Tide Pods. We put them in the cheek and just suck on them all day long. They're much better that way.
So that's your skull,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You're like, you just jam in a Tide.
You don't have to brush. It's that much easier.
Done hell esophagus though. My acid reflux.
Ernie, you've written a lot of for a lot of DC characters. Out of all those characters you've written, Who's your favorite?
John Constantine.
I called it. I said it before the show. It's like he wrote Constantine so well.
He's the guy, man. I mean, look, everybody. I love writing Batman. I love writing Wonder Woman, Superman, whatever. They're great. Everybody's every character can be done and executed in a way that I'm like, wow, this is really good. But John Constantine's so awesome, and there's that bastard with a heart of gold thing that he's got going, and I find myself drawn to that. And my second the other character I like to write that is like him, but it's a little bit different on the scale, is Guy Gardner.
Yeah.
There's a prickishness to both
He's
of them.
better than Constantine. John Constantine is a person that will, I mean, like, he could be your buddy. And it's like, oh my God, I need someone to sacrifice to the demon so I can plug this hole to hell, and he's got to stay here. Too bad, Chaz, my friend. You know, like with somebody else. Like, usually someone who kind of deserves it, but then you're like really leaving a human in the hellscape to be tortured forever. And it's like, no wonder he's not invited to a lot of Thanksgivings and Christmases. You know, it's like
No wonder he hates himself.
yeah, it's like that's going to give you some bad nightmares. Whereas Guy Gardner will definitely try and save you, succeed most of the times, and then have nightmares about the ones he didn't save. It's a little
brag
bit.
all day long about the one he did save.
Absolutely. Go to his bar and tell the story for people to buy him drinks, so he still makes money.
One of the most recent ones you worked on is Batman. Where is it? Clash of the Empires, right? Or is it
It's
Aztec Batman?
Yeah, or Batman Azteca. It was actually done in 2 languages, so got like little different titles. Yeah, that one was really good. Now, I wrote that over 5 years ago. That one's been a long time coming. I mean, there was, because of the merger, and then you remember when they were just tossing stuff into the fire, like Acme.
Just couldn't have the Batgirl treatment.
And the Batgirl. Yeah, the thing is, this thing that saved us is it's such a small budget that it wouldn't have like got him a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's $2 million. You know, most of these, the other ones, are 1.75. So this one might be 2.1. They actually put a little more money into it. But there was a lot of sunk costs. So if they toss it in the fire, they might get $1 million back. And what is it for a multi-billion-dollar company? It's like, we might as well
roll the dice on
it. We might as well roll the dice and see if it's something, because it's a whole new world.
Yeah. The reason I bring that one up specifically, when these Elseworld stories happen, and I think when I saw the trailer for this, I automatically thought of I think it was
Ninja.
Can't remember the Cthulhu one. Basically the one with the Batman with the old gods. Because the most interesting thing yes, I really enjoyed that one too. The thing that I found the most interesting about that, and what I've seen in the trailer for this, is variants of supporting characters, variants of villains, just ways to work these archetypes, these iconic looks into this new world. Did they let you go buck nutty with that, or was all that stuff laid in before you guys got into writing?
No, it's we were, that was what I was brought on for. I was like, man, I don't know if I know the cultural stuff well enough. And they were like, no, we got an expert for that. We have a doctorate in pre-Columbian and Mesoamerican civilization, and he's going to go over everything you write and tell you where it's wrong, and he's going to tell you a lot. And I'm like, okay, cool. But I was, and then they were, so basically they were asking for my pitch on it, and Batman Ninja had come out 2-3 years before, and they had done the time tunnel thing. So it was actually Bruce Wayne, but now they're time tunneled and their clothes has changed, right? And so we can't do that. And I go, what about if we do the characters as slightly different versions of ones that would organically rise in the height of the Aztec Empire, but they're not. It's not Bruce Wayne. It's not Gotham City, right? It's all of that stuff. And they were like, well, that sounds way harder, but we like it. Why don't you just go down the road and show us that could be done? And they wanted to do it through the lens of history of Cortez's coming to the New World. And the first, I don't know, I'm giving out spoilers here, but first one ends with what the Spanish called the Night of Sadness, Noche de Triste or something. And that's when Cortez is crying by the tree. Have you forsaken me? Did I do something? Right. But then like 4 months later, he comes with like 50 or 70,000 of another tribe, and they burn down, they sack Tenochtitlan. So we're like, well, if we're only going to be able to do one, we got to give them a win, basically. So we're going to end at that point if we only get to do one. And so there were these things like where he massacred people, and then there was this festival massacre, and how they met. Those are the actual words, at least the first two sentences of "Are you Moctezuma?" So we tried to be historically accurate, and then, well, what would the counterparts be? So I wanted a Catwoman character that would be possibly a love interest later, or in this one at least something like a distraction. And well, they worship the jaguar over there. It's just like a big spirit god. So I'm like, Jaguar Woman, but it's not like our Catwoman in that she's more of a Robin Hood figure that steals from the rich, evil Aztec priests and gives to the poor, not goes after a shiny bauble. And she's lethal. She will kill you if you get in her way. She's not, Catwoman doesn't really kill anybody,
Much more harsh time. So yeah, they have to be willing to.
Yeah. So, and then it just seemed to fit right in with Cortez. He's like, oh, I want to meet the king and hang out and show him some wonders and do a trade deal. And he wants to take over, obviously, and rob all their gold. So like Two-Face, right? Let's use that. But he's also Deathstroke with a sword. At least with a sword, he's Deathstrokean, and that's why they got the mask in there. So, plus that was a plot point to hide that until he showed his monstrous nature a little bit later. So, that was really fun doing all that stuff. It was supposed to be longer. At first, it was a show. It was like a prestige miniseries, 6 episodes of 44 minutes apiece. So we would have had like 4 hours to do stuff, 4.5 hours, and we had a Robin in there. We had a clay monster, which would have been a clay face. Penguin would have been more of a thing, not a. Oh God, I'm really giving this. It's a spoilers if you haven't seen it. There's a mid-credit scene that you might want to check out. But
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah.
Thanks for the poop on that. Yeah, that's one of the most interesting parts about those is seeing the different takes on classics that we're used to.
I'm looking forward to watching it.
But we are almost completely out of time. We want to make sure everyone knows Area 52 Studios again.
51.
It's already. Sorry, Area 51. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know. I wrote that down earlier, and it keeps getting stuck. Area 51 Studios. The Kickstarter has already been kicked, but there's always stretch goals, and it never hurts to.
Well, if you get in, if you follow the project, even right. First of all, anybody that even backs us with $1, they get their name in the comic on our wall of fame for people who backed that thing. It goes in the order of whoever backed us, right? So there is that element of this time. It was like, I'm first, right? Like we immediately got 2 or 3 people who wanted to be first. So but there'd only be one. And that way, what we didn't do in the first issue that we did the second issue was we did a 20% discount on all tiers for the first 48 hours. So the only way you will definitely get a reminder is to follow the project for number 3. And that way you'd be like, you could be in. Only the project followers. Well, I mean, you know, I put out social media, but how many social medias do you miss, right? You don't go that, you're like, crap, I could have just, you know, we have a draw me in, right? And it's a pain in the ass because we're done with the comic, and then we're like, well, we're going to put a person in now, you know, or get the alien face in there. We might have to change a panel, or this is all Josh. So I'm like, yeah, we're taking the draw me in, man. It'll be fine. Josh. Yeah. So this was a mistake we made. There was 3 draw me ins at they went down from $250 to $200. So it's like, it's $50, right? If you're the type of person that collects that, like, I want to be in a comic, and we sold out. We sold out the first day of the sale price, bam. And then it turns out that we didn't know, because it was hard to put in 4 last time. Like we didn't have the background characters. We had to repanel an entire page to like make it make sense, and so it didn't pull the story out to make it like a featured background player, right? He's like, all right, well, now we're just going to do 3. Well, all of the categories refresh to regular price, and now there's 3 more. we've already got 4, and so 1 taker, and I know there was another person looking at another one, so we could possibly have 6 this time. And I don't know where we're going to put them. I'm like, I might have to add a page or something, and have to like do a new story to just add some draw me in characters. So another mistake by us, but now it's a second level mistake. You know, the first one we were just
have him
left.
Have him running through the gutters.
But yeah, thanks a lot. I don't want to bore your people. What I will do is, so we're gonna do issue number 3 in February. Would you like me to contact you, and maybe we can get us on like during or the first week of the Kickstarter, or I'll at least tell you guys.
Absolutely.
But, you know, like,
yes,
please just follow the project. You don't have to donate anything. Follow the project, and you'll get a reminder. You know, if you want to join in, but you can definitely check it out. We've got our preview pages on there, and if you can follow me. I'm the only Ernie Altbacker in the United States, so it's just my name there, and it's at Ernie Altbacker on Facebook, X, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And I'm probably not joining anymore because I'm too freaking old. I'm not going to dance for you on TikTok. I'm not going to put anybody through that, man. I'm just not.
Yeah. No Snapchat for our generation. Done with that.
I'm here. This is like Twitch. I'm like, do you mean TikTok? No, Twitch is a separate thing. It's like short. You got to make these. I'm like, I'm out.
You damn kids.
Get your ball off my lawn.
Man screams at internet. Thank you for your time. I hope we help get a few more eyes on the project. Doesn't need it, but more eyes always better. Yeah. Continued success. Thank you for your time. Joe, want to kiss more ass?
No, thank you. I just followed your socials while you were saying that. I was going, okay, all right, here's Twitter, all right, here's Facebook.
I'm easy to find, right? You're just gonna put Ernie Altbacker in this, like, or even in fact Ernie Alt, and it usually comes up now. You know, like I'm getting up a little bit. You know, not a lot of famous Ernies, right? Since Borgnine died. I mean, like how many?
Yeah, just you and Hudson.
Yeah,
Ernie Hudson.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We don't do our standard lengthy goodbye on interview shows. We just do the classic sign off for every Nerdaties show. Fuck bye.
Fuck bye.
Wow. Goodbye.
Yeah.
All right. Ernie, thank you so much.
No problem.